Hi guys, I'm Paul. In this video I'm going to deep dive into SUI Network and the SUI Token and give my detailed price prediction for the next bull run. I will explain SUI's Supply and Tokenomics as well as key points to consider and the future outlook for the SUI network. I will also compare SUI and Solana's ecosystems, so keep watching to see which blockchain comes out on top. Just a quick disclaimer, the information in this video is meant for educational purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. Okay, now let's begin. About SUI. The SUI network is a decentralized layer 1 blockchain and smart contract platform which uses a proof of stake consensus mechanism specifically called delegated proof of stake. SUI is designed with scalability in mind without compromising on security and is a permissionless blockchain that supports a wide range of applications on its ecosystem, including decentralized applications which range from NFTs, gaming and decentralized finance. On the SUI website it states the following. SUI is the only blockchain today that can scale with the growth of Web3 while achieving industry-leading performance, cost, programmability and usability. SUI is the first internet-scale programmable blockchain platform, a foundational layer for Web3. SUI is the native digital cryptocurrency token of the SUI network, and it is used as a form of currency to pay gas fees and also for staking, where stakers are able to earn on average around 5% annually as a reward for helping to secure the blockchain network. A fun fact to mention is to save any confusion and to differentiate the platform name from the token name, as they are both written and said the same way. The SUI token is written with all capital letters, whereas the SUI platform is written only with the S capitalized and remaining letters lowercase. Also, the name SUI derives from the Japanese word for water. The SUI mainnet launched publicly on May 3, 2023 and was founded by 5 former Facebook developers who, while working at Facebook, now called Meta, worked on the discontinued Deem blockchain. The company behind SUI is Mistine Labs, who developed the Move Smart programming language SUI uses to run its blockchain, and the company states it aims to accelerate the adoption of Web3 to help achieve a decentralized future. SUI also has the SUI Foundation supporting it, and the Foundation's mission is to promote builders and creators and offer funding and grants to help improve the SUI ecosystem moving forward. SUI's all-time high price at time of recording is $1.70. SUI Supply and Tokenomics. The SUI network launched with a total max supply of 10 billion tokens and has a current circulating supply of around 791 million tokens. The SUI token is primarily used as a form of currency on the network and has 4 main use cases on the platform, including staking. Users can stake SUI to help secure the network and earn rewards for doing so. Paying transactions. The SUI token is used to pay gas fees and transactions on the network. A versatile and liquid asset. It can be easily traded and used to run the whole SUI ecosystem. Governance. Users of the network have a right to vote on various future updates and upgrades to the SUI ecosystem. The initial distribution of SUI tokens is as follows. 50% is allocated to community reserve, 20% is allocated to early contributors, 14% is allocated to investors, 10% is allocated to Treasury, and 6% is allocated to community program and app testers. One main concern I have about the tokenomics of SUI is that even though SUI has a max supply of 10 billion tokens, only a portion of these tokens were made available at launch, and the rest of the tokens will be released over the coming years. What this basically means is, as more SUI tokens are released into the market, the supply of SUI tokens will increase dramatically, which, going by the supply and demand theory, if the demand doesn't increase alongside the increasing supply over time, it will not make for an appealing investment for investors. According to the SUI token release schedule, around 2 billion tokens are due to be unlocked, added to the circulating supply in November 2023, so this could cause a negative impact on the short-term price, something to make you aware of if you're an investor currently considering buying SUI over the next few months. How it works. SUI Network explained. The SUI platform has a lot in common with Aptos, another layer 1 blockchain which I have covered in a previous video, and will put a link in the description for anyone who would like to view the Aptos video. Both projects were started by former employees of Facebook, now called Meta. Both Sui and Aptos blockchains use the Move programming language to execute smart contracts, which is said to be more efficient, secure and flexible for building blockchain applications. But Sui actually uses a more up-to-date version of Move called Sui Move. What makes the Sui blockchain unique is it processes transactions immediately and at a very low cost. It achieves this because the Sui blockchain works with three main elements, which are the Move language, parallel transaction execution, and the Sui consensus engine. The Move programming language we discussed earlier, but what is the parallel transaction execution? Well, basically, most smart contracts process transactions one at a time, which can be slow, but the Sui blockchain processes all transactions at the same time, which results in instant completion. To put this in some kind of perspective, Ethereum can process around 15 transactions per second, whereas Sui can process around 130,000 transactions per second. The Sui consensus engine is made up of two parts, the mempool and the consensus engine. Narwhal is the mempool used, which basically holds unconfirmed transactions waiting to be validated on the network, and the consensus engine is Bullshark, which validates the transactions on the blockchain. The Sui ecosystem is made up of three sets of participants as follows. Users. The users submit transactions to the Sui platform to create, interact and transfer digital assets. Sui token holders. The token holders can stake their tokens and participate in the blockchain future governance. Validators. The validator's role is to manage transactions and processing on the Sui platform. Sui versus Solana. Sui and Solana are both layer 1 blockchains, known to be highly scalable with fast transaction speeds. And Sui has even been said to be the Solana killer. So let's compare the two networks in terms of transaction speed, transaction cost and security to see which of the two blockchains comes out on top. Firstly, when it comes to transaction speed, Sui can process up to 130,000 transactions per second, compared to Solana, who can currently process around 50,000 transactions per second. So Sui is the faster blockchain. Next, if we compare Sui's transaction cost, which is only 0.001 of a cent, to Solana transaction cost of 0.01 of a cent, once again Sui has a lower transaction fee. Finally, in terms of network security, Sui I feel has a more state-of-the-art consensus mechanism over Solana, which makes it a better choice as a secure blockchain solution. To conclude, when it comes to all three areas of speed, transaction cost and security, I think Sui wins hands down against Solana. However, one thing I would say is Sui is still a relatively new project, having only launched the Sui mainnet on the 3rd of May 2023, so it has some way to go to gain mainstream adoption against the likes of Solana, who have been in the market since 2020. Sui Roadmap. A Sui roadmap was not easy to find, as there are no articles on the official Sui website outlining any future development on the network. However, I found this updated roadmap on the Binance Research website, outlining some key points. Firstly, as we can see, the mainnet successfully launched in May 2023, and now an official announcement on September 14, 2023 on the Sui Network official X account states that ZK login is enabled. The managing director of the Sui Foundation said in a statement, "By enabling users to access dApps with the social logins they have grown comfortable using, ZK login removes a major hurdle for bringing the benefits of blockchain-based applications to billions of mainstream users." So what does this mean? The new ZK login enables users to join the Sui ecosystem without having to manage seed phrases or install a wallet. They can now log into their favourite dApps with an existing Google, Facebook or Twitch account, which is a game changer in making the Sui platform as user-friendly as possible and encouraging widespread adoption. It is also said that the future plans will include Sui login integrations with Microsoft, Apple and Amazon, but no date has been set for this yet. Looking at Q3 and Q4 2023 and beyond, no timelines have been given to when these updates will happen, but it's good to see a roadmap is in place for continued improvements on the network moving forward, so we'll watch closely to see how this develops. Key points of Sui. Sui has several benefits that make it a great platform, including scalability. Sui can process all transactions at the same time, which results in instant completion, compared to other smart contract platforms which process transactions one at a time. High-speed transactions. Sui uses the latest consensus algorithm which can process more than 130,000 transactions per second, making it one of the fastest blockchains. Low transaction costs. Sui transaction costs are very low and fees remain stable even as the network traffic increases over time. User-friendly. Sui is designed to be user-friendly, and an example of this is with the new ZK login, which enables users to log in to their favourite dApps using an existing Google or Facebook account. SUI Price Prediction. Okay, so before we look at the price prediction for Sui in the next bull run, let's remind ourselves of Sui's previous all-time high price, which was $1.70. This price gave it a market cap at the time of around 1.3 billion. On the conservative end of my price prediction, and as always, not financial advice, just my personal opinion, I think Sui could increase its price in the next bull run to $10. This would give it a market cap of around 8 billion. On my very bullish price prediction, and this is based on a number of factors as mentioned earlier in the video, including the state-of-the-art consensus mechanism Sui uses and the 130,000 transactions per second speed, which does differentiate it from other platforms currently in the space, I believe Sui could increase its overall price in the next bull run to around $15. This would give it a market cap of around 12 billion. I believe a price of between $10 and $15 Sui is possible in the next bull run. Sui Future Outlook. I believe the Sui Network's future outlook looks promising, given the fact it has already secured big investment partners including Coinbase Ventures, Binance Labs, Circle Ventures, Franklin Templeton, to name just a few, who will be able to support any future development on the blockchain, which is important moving forward. What I think makes it the most appealing to investors currently is the speed that it processes transactions on the Sui network, which is currently 130,000 transactions per second, and the low gas fees as well, which is going to be crucial to give it a chance of becoming one of the main ecosystems in the space. My main concern with Sui is the tokenomics. Sui has a max supply of 10 billion tokens, but only a portion of these tokens were made available at launch, and the rest of the tokens will be released or unlocked over the coming months and years, which could have a negative impact on the price, given the reasons I mentioned earlier in the video. Also, the Sui blockchain is new to the market, having only launched its mainnet publicly on May 3rd, 2023, so has a lot to prove in order to gain worldwide adoption and to compete with well-established blockchains like Solana and Ethereum. With all this said, Sui has an impressive blockchain and some big investors already behind it, so it can continue to grow and gain adoption in the years to come. It will give it a good chance against the likes of Solana and other Layer 1 blockchain competitors moving forward. If you like this video, I think you'll like this video next, and please be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to help support the channel and stay notified of when I post my next video. Thank you.